Hey, what'd you get for number 12? X equals 5. How about you? Banana. Aren't we doing math? Uh-huh. Wanna go to the arcade later? Totally. I heard they got a new game. Boom Boom Kaboom. Awesome! The only thing is Brad has the highest score. That turd muffin's going down. Ready to go? Yeah, just 1 sec. Why are you putting on sunscreen? I have really sensitive skin.
What?
She said,
Wait!
Check me out.
Check me out.
What a joke.
What a joke.
Mom, don't.
Mom, don't.
I need to find you. I gotta find you.
I need to find you. I gotta find you.
Y'all know how they talk about Disney having like inside jokes, like dirty jokes and stuff within like the shows? Just watch. Just watch, because I'm pretty sure you guys are hearing and seeing what I'm hearing and seeing.
Rudy, you've come back.
Yes, I did. And I just wanted you to know that after class, I was hoping to clap your erasers.
Oh! I'd like that. I'd like that a lot.
I, brought you this.
Disney Facts That'll Ruin Your Childhood Part 1. Selena Gomez isn't actually dancing in another Cinderella story. She had a dance double named Amelia Randell. I was so hurt when I found this out when I was watching the movie with my sister the other day. And then I think we all know by now that Zac Efron wasn't the actual one singing in High School Musical. It was actually our Another Cinderella Story king, Drew Seeley, singing instead. But did you know that Sterling Knight isn't the one actually singing in Starstruck? The actual one singing in the recordings is a man named Drew Ryan Scott. Now, Sterling claims that the reason he didn't sing was because there wasn't enough time to record his vocals, which I mean sounds kind of fake, but okay. And now for the actual worst fact of all. The stars in one of my favorite DComs, Geek Charming, dated in real life for a while. And when they broke up, Sarah Hyland ended up having to get a restraining order on Matt. He was emotionally and physically abusive towards her and threatened the life of her and her dog. So he's definitely canceled and probably the reason why High School Musical 3 sucked. Disney stars that hated each other or didn't get along while filming Part 2. First up, we have Bella Thorne and Zendaya from Shake It Up. Bella said that during the beginning of the show, the two girls really didn't get along with one another because Disney forced them to compete against each other. Then we have Debbie Ryan and Sky Jackson from Jessie. So in 2015, there were rumors going around that Sky had a private Twitter account and she was claiming that Debbie pushed her around and bullied her on set. And when someone asked Sky about it, she said this. But any drama that these two may or may not have had seems to be done and over with. Sky even commented back to one of you guys in my Part 1 video and said this. Now, without any question, these two did and probably still don't like each other. Rowan Blanchard does not like Uriah Shelton, who played Uncle Josh on Girl Meets World. But honestly, it's probably for some good reason. Uriah has had a history of liking anti-feminist posts on Instagram. And when Rowan's fans let her know what was going on, she commented this. And Uriah knows that Rowan doesn't like him because he said it in multiple different interviews. Nickelodeon and Disney stars who were each other's first kiss. So do you guys remember that episode of Sweet Life where Victoria Justice was on? And in the end, she gives him a kiss goodbye, and Victoria Justice said that this was her first kiss ever. So her first kiss was to Cole Sprouse. Speaking of Sweet Life, do you remember that episode where Selena Gomez was on? Her and Cody were dating, but then she ended up liking Zach, and it was like this whole big mess. Well, her and Zach ended up kissing for the play, and this was Selena Gomez's first ever kiss. So her first ever kiss was also to a Sprouse twin. And then according to Panga and OTP for life, if you watch Boy Meets World, you remember this iconic scene, and Daniel Fishel said that they were each other's first kiss, which is so cute. Okay, so this happened off screen, but Joe Jonas and AJ Mashaka from Ally and AJ dated for a little while, and they revealed in interviews that they were each other's first kiss. And then you guys remember Jump In? Keke Palmer revealed that her first kiss ever was in this movie. And then, Nat and Rosalina from the Naked Brothers band were also each other's first kiss. Nickelodeon and Disney stars that hated each other while filming part 3. So first, let's talk about Stuck in the Middle. So Ronnie Hawk, who played Rachel, the oldest of all the siblings, left the show in season 3. And she basically left the show to go and be on All My Block. And when all that stuff came out about Ronnie Hawk being a Trump supporter, Jenna Ortega thought that it was finally time to expose her once and for all. Jenna went ahead and tweeted these statements, and Isaac, who played Ethan on the show, quoted it saying this: "Seems to me like they were glad she left the show." Okay, and everybody's been telling me to talk about Victoria and Ariana. So Victoria and Ariana can claim all they like that there was never a feud between them, but
truth, like, sure, we have had like our differences, but at the end of the day,
so you admit it, there was differences. But please don't use this as an excuse to send Victoria Justice more hate. She already gets enough of it and she doesn't deserve it. And whatever feud they had is definitely done and over with. Like, Ariana even replied to a fan saying this. So I kind of want to do a whole series investigating the real reason why Victoria's got canceled, because I really don't believe it was Victoria Justice's fault. So let me know if you guys want to see that. Disney Channel stars who have gotten a DUI. So first, let's talk about Mitchell Musso. In 2012, Mitchell was charged with a DUI. So during this time, Hannah Montana was already over, but Mitchell was starring in Pair of Kings, and he was hosting Disney's new show Prank Star. And once the DUI happened, Mitchell was fired from both of them. So he was replaced on Pair of Kings, and Prank Stars was canceled after like 3 episodes. In 2013, Jake T. Austin was charged with a DUI, and then only a month later, he got in trouble again because he was in a car accident where he slammed into multiple cars. So there's rumors that this is one of the reasons why he left and was replaced on the Fosters. And Billy Unger was also arrested for a DUI while he was on Lab Rats. I remember when this happened and I was thinking, oh my god, is he going to be fired like Mitchell was fired? And he wasn't. He was on Lab Rats for 2 more years. So in conclusion, Disney's unfair. So Debbie's DUI happened a year after Jessie ended. Her felony charge ended up getting dropped down to a misdemeanor because the driver that she hit's injuries weren't serious. So like if you want a part 2, because there's a lot more. Disney co-stars who had a very questionable age gap. Okay, so I feel like most of you know about Selena Gomez and Drew Seeley, who starred in another Cinderella story together. Selena was only 16, while Drew Seeley was 26 at the time. That's a 10-year age gap, and Selena was underage. And you guys remember Jump In, right? I just did a video about how Keke Palmer said Corbin Bleu was her first ever kiss. Well, at the time, she was only 14, and he was 18. Oh my gosh, and then we have Let It Shine. I even included Cyrus and Roxy in one of my underrated Disney Channel ships video, but we might have to cancel them because Tyler James Williams was 20. Coco Jones was only 14. Oh my god. And then we have everybody's favorite DCOM, Starstruck. Sterling Knight was 21 when Starstruck came out, and Daniel Campbell was only 15. Like, I don't know who Disney is or why they let this happen, but it's kind of gross. Okay, you guys asked for it, so here's part 1, investigating the real reason Victoria's got canceled. So I want to start off with the backstory because I feel like a lot of you in my other video were confused in the comments as to what actually happened. So in August of 2012, Nickelodeon officially announced that Victoria's was going to be canceled after 4 seasons. And the cast seemed to be shocked by the news of the cancellation. So this is what everyone said after it was announced. So at this time, everybody had already known that Sam and Cat was going to be made, so a lot of people came at Ariana and blamed her for the reason Victoria's got canceled. So Ariana made sure to include in her tweets that Sam and Cat had nothing to do with the cancellation. And she also said that she was devastated and heartbroken when she heard the news. So this is the part that doesn't really make sense to me. Dan Schneider, the creator of Victoria, he explained on his blog that almost all Nickelodeon shows only have a 60-episode limit, and that's so everybody on Victoria's going into it knew that it was only going to run about 60 episodes. But if that's the case, then why was the cast so shocked when it ended, and why didn't we get a proper ending? And so I'm going to have to talk about the Victoria and Ariana drama in the next video because I don't have enough time in this one. So this is part 2 of investigating the real reason Victoria's got canceled. So the final episode of the show aired on TV in February 2013. And after the last episode premiered, everybody was flooding Ariana with hate, saying that she was the reason that it got canceled because she went to go do Sam and Cat, and Ariana was finally tired of it. So when she got this question on Ask FM, she decided to be really messy and shift all the blame on Victoria. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I love Ariana. I've seen the Sweetener Tour 3 times, but her reasoning doesn't make sense to me, and it's never made sense to me. She basically said that because Victoria decided to go on tour by herself with Big Time Rush instead of a cast tour with Victoria, and Nick just canceled Victoria's altogether. But what does Victoria going on a little summer tour have to do with Victoria's getting canceled? It just doesn't make sense to me. So after Ariana said that on Ask FM, Victoria replied with this. She's basically calling Ariana a liar, like hashtag if only they knew. If only we knew what? And then Ariana decided to tweet this. So let me know who you guys think's telling the truth, and part 3 is coming soon, and the drama between them only gets messy.
Remember Dog with the Blog? I was the dog. No, just kidding. I was Tyler. That's me. That's also me. Here's some secrets about the show. There were 3 dogs who played Stan: Kuma, Mick, and Aspen. Kuma was in the first few episodes. He recently passed away at 16 years old. And Mick was in the rest of the 69 episodes. Aspen was essentially his stuntman. The spots were fake. Here is Mick, au naturel. He is so fluffy, just look at him. I still visit him to this day. We were nominated for Emmys 3 years in a row, and I attended the event each time with my cast. Guys, the after parties were insane. Like and follow for part 2.
Nick and Disney stars that dated each other. I feel like everybody forgets that this happened, but Bella Thorne and Greg Sulkin dated each other for like a year. They were everywhere, and they were like really serious too. Like they even moved in, bought a house together. Then in 2016 they broke up, but they're still friends because they're still seen out together. But I just forget that this happened. Sabrina Carpenter from Girl Meets World and Bradley Stephen Perry from Good Luck Charlie dated each other. These two dated each other for about a year, and then they broke up at the end of 2015. Okay, so I don't know if this counts as dating, but pictures of Avon Jogia from Victorious and Miley Cyrus kissing leaked from her 18th birthday party, and I feel like this is a very like weird pairing, and a lot of people don't know that this happened. And then of course I have to mention Dove Cameron and Ryan McCartan from Liv and Maddie. These two were together for a really long time. They even got engaged, but then a couple years ago they called it quits. And these two did not end on good terms at all. Dove replied to these comments on Instagram, and Ryan even accused Dove of cheating. And I ran out of time, so like for part 2 because there is a lot more. You guys have been asking for it. Here's part 3 of investigating the real reason Victorious was cancelled. So after Victoria and Ariana's whole back and forth on Twitter, the drama between them two and Victorious was pretty much quiet until this interview with Ariana came out with 17 magazine in August. So this is where I think the rumors of them not liking each other or getting along on set first started. Ariana was really vague in the interview and said that one of her past co-stars bullied her on the set, so everybody assumed that it happened on Victorious and it was Victoria. So Ariana came out with a statement saying that it wasn't Victoria and it was somebody on Broadway that she was talking about, not Victorious. Victoria said that Ariana even texted her beforehand telling her that the interview wasn't about her and that she was so sorry. But it was already too late. People thought that Victoria was a bully, and people still think to this day that Victoria and Ariana didn't get along on set, all because of that interview. My next video that should already be up is Victoria telling her side of the story. So if it wasn't Victoria's fault that the show got canceled, it wasn't Sam and Kat's fault, it wasn't because they weren't getting along, what's the true reason? Come back for part 4. Disney facts that'll ruin your childhood, part 2. So you guys know rap god Adam Hicks, right? Lemonade Mouth, Zeke and Luther, Pair of Kings, probably other stuff. Well, 2 years ago, he was arrested and caught on video for armed robbery. And just a couple months before that, he got in trouble because he accidentally shot himself in the leg, and then he was arrested after cops came to his home because Adam Hicks was being really violent towards his girlfriend. So Stoney Westmoreland, who played the grandpa in Andy Mack, was arrested and fired from the show 2 years ago, and he's currently facing 6 felony charges for trying to arrange sex with a 13-year-old boy. So this is probably the worst one, but Phil Lewis, who played Mr. Mosby in Sweet Life, he was driving under the influence and hit a car, and the person was killed. He was charged with manslaughter and was in prison for 5 years. And this happened all before the Sweet Life series happened. So Disney still hired him after that.
Now you really better not mess up.
You know what? Don't worry about me. Do it yourself. I'm done. BTW, your lip gloss is so not glossy anymore.
Where are they now? Remember Zora and Stuart from Jessie? This is them now. What? And her name is now Josie. Period. Where are they now? Remember Good Luck Charlie? One of Disney's best shows? This is them now. What? And they just all had a reunion on Zoom. It's official, our childhood is over.
Okay, so story time. When I was in 4th grade, I went to theater camp, and I was really excited because my mom got me this new High School Musical binder, and I brought it with me so I could carry my scripts in with me every day. And then this girl made fun of me relentlessly for liking Disney Channel and liking High School Musical, which, mind you, it was 4th grade. We all fucking liked it, like, whatever. Anyway, Fast forward a few years and I'm like scrolling through stuff and I see this bitch is literally on Disney Channel. Like they gave her a show, they gave her a movie, whatever the fuck she has. Like that's her whole success. So like just wanted to say it's really fucking ironic. Okay, so a few days ago I posted a video about how when I was younger I was made fun of for liking High School Musical by a girl who eventually went on to be on Disney Channel. And everyone wants to know who it is. And before saying that, I just wanted to clarify that this is not meant in any sort of mean way. There is no hard feelings. It's been a long time. People change. Again, this was a really long time ago, and it's just mostly a funny and crazy ironic story. Like, what are the odds something like that would happen? Anyway, for everyone wondering, it was Dove Cameron. Y'all guessed it right. But back when I knew her, she went by Chloe Hosterman.
You are so full of it. What? You can't stand that people might actually like what other people do. Okay, what is that? She said, whatever, major loser.
Where Are They Now Part 4. Dove Cameron, who played Liv, and Maddie now looks like this, and she's stunning. And she's actually in The Descendants, which is a good ass movie. Joey Bragg, who played Joey, is actually still acting and living his best life with his girlfriend of like 3 years. Tenzin, who played Parker, now looks like this. He's still an actor and he's on TikTok. And that's a cool ass hoodie.
Okay, these are the top 3 most disappointing Disney Channel moments. Coming in at number 3 is Miley's cameo in High School Musical 2. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I read in J14 magazine that she was going to make an appearance, and then I was, like, super excited for it, and then we got, like, what, a second and a half? She deserved better. And coming in at number 2 is Mitchie and Shane's first kiss in Camp Rock 2. Okay, we wait 2 years for a sequel, and then we have to wait until the last 7 minutes of the movie for them to find the gift. Okay, you could say that they were, like, building up to it, but they kind of fought the whole movie. So we just deserve more from them in general. And coming in at number 1 is Hannah Montana finally revealing her identity.
Ellie Stewart.
Okay, they were building up to that moment over 4 seasons. Like, I wanted it to be huge. And they did it in the middle of the season, and then the episodes after were kind of weird. Like for part 2.
Honestly, this is probably my favorite episode of Phineas and Ferb. I love that they did a flash forward. I love that Phineas and Isabella finally got to be together. It was all great stuff. But why, when Phineas was going to finally kiss Isabella, did he come up to the car like this? Like, this frame looks straight out of a horror movie.
Did you know that if you mix borax and honey and put it out where you have an ant infestation, all of the ants will come to drink the delicious honey, and then it will kill them?
Everybody's got that thing.